like you did your trip. So yeah. Let's keep it going.
That would actually be fun if we get to a point where you stream and you've got 50 plus.
And what you guys are doing is going to be on a different level. They're going to say,
What's the bit? Okay, let's quickly get some feedback. Who can hear us? Are we audible?
They're going to say,
What's the bit?
okay,
let's quickly get some feedback. Who can hear us? Are we audible? What's the bit? Okay, let's quickly get some feedback. Who can hear us? Are we audible?
I heard 3 quads. Oh, if I brought you here, great. So whoever offered those 3 quads,
we'll be glad to accept.
Yeah. They're giving 3 quads. We are. All right, guys, welcome. And at the moment, we just want to check out. Rion says you can hear us, so that's better.
So that's good. So we're not. Hi, Rion.
Hello. Check out. Rion says you're right here, so that's better. Okay, so today's basically we're going to be talking about FPV. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to kick it off with, so what the problem is, Toby and Andrea are very busy people. They're out there making a name for themselves. And getting onto the WhatsApp groups and following up on the WhatsApp conversations is always a mission. Just now Toby was saying to me that he was making a name for himself. Tagged in some other group that didn't even know, and now they're dissing him because he's not listening. So what we decided to do is we're going to now head on over to WhatsApp and we're going to start commenting, all right? Now they're dissing him because he's not listening. What we decided to do is we're going to now... So Derek says we're in the batting plan. Yes, Derek, we're all trying to speak off one microphone in the middle of the table. So if you have a look here, this is us. This is how we all sit today. And the microphone is on my laptop, so we haven't quite got all the tech gadgets yet that we need. So, yeah, and it'll be a bit of the microphone is on a learning curve for us. We're going to have to get some more toys and make ourselves brilliant. But other than that, yeah, we hope you can at least hear us. Even if it's not brilliant right now, getting your feedback and stuff would be really, really cool.
I've got a little bit of an echo going on, so I'm not sure if we've still got a mic out in some way, but hopefully that gets sorted out soon.
Echo's gone.
Echo's gone.
Cool.
One step closer. we are quite delayed, so as I talk and I actually look at what's going on, there's a good 15-20 second delay. So that's probably half of it as well, but I'm going to be watching my stuff and not the mainstream to keep on top. This is our first time, by the way, so bear with us. We are going to obviously make this as best as we can and get it better as we go.
Exactly. And okay. So now what we are assuming something, that people know who we are.
We are.
So I think we should start off by introducing ourselves to those guys who don't know who we are, and then take it from there. And you can't hold back. You've got to be like really modest, right? You've got to tell us exactly who you are and what you've achieved in FPV and why you are here. And then, so let's start with you. You tell us about yourself, and then you'll take it from there.
Okay. Well, I'm known as Anne. On a personal side and on the FPV side, it's Nerdbird FPV. What got me into FPV was I was actually one of those crazy wives that said, Toby, why are you spending all your money on crap? Like, what is this nonsense? And then the first time I went on the goggles, I was like, oh my word, what is this brilliance going on here? And hooked ever since. I have some goals throughout all my flying and stuff. I have some goals. I do want to try and I am already the best female pilot in South Africa because I am the only one. But internationally, I am quite up there with the other girls. But there is competition. I like competition. It pushes me to be better at what I do. So I'm always in competition with myself and with these other girls that aren't really competition, because it pushes me to be better. And yeah, I want to try and be the best female pilot in the world in terms of freestyle. Racing, oh, no, I don't have time for that stuff. And then, yeah, no, we're venturing out into the cinematic style. Still love my freestyle, always be freestyle, but yeah, cinematic is where the money is. And you gotta follow the money. So yeah, that's pretty much my experience so far. Is just like I've been training, practicing hardcore just to achieve that goal. Still got far to go. But I'm making some money now, and I can build some quads. I've got some quads lined up for the future. So yeah, gonna freestyle my heart out soon. But yeah, lately I've been a bit not so much because I've been focused. I've had a bad 2022 start with FPV. I've lost, yeah. Yeah, no, definitely.
Toby, yeah, tell us what's
I've always been fiddling with RC. I did a little bit of touring car racing many years ago, but very quickly found out in the RC industry that you just off the whips, and that's just that. I can't really talk you in the systems that quite environment, quite tricky and difficult to play it properly. I was sitting at work one day and I watched this video of this DJI, and I see that there's this camera, and I'm like, how did I not know this crap existed? But it's still DJI. So I started Googling, and it didn't take long, and then I got my hands on a Mr. Steele video. And I see that he's got this quadcopter that he's clearly flying in acro mode, and he's got a camera on his head. And I went home and I said, no, this can't be real. Did my research, found out this was real, and I'm telling you, it wasn't 2 weeks later I bought my first drone. I went and bought some toy nonsense at GP Models in Gauteng. That was broken within a couple of days just because it's utter nonsense, but then the bug was bit. So I went to a proper hobby shop, got my first little 2-inch drone. It was a King Kong 95 GT. Anyone can remember that, the old yellow one.
So that was just one that without the action cameras, just at the end, the DVR camera.
Yeah, so it's basically just it's the entry level of stuff. I'm talking now, this is 4 years ago. December 4 years ago. So 95 GT and the King Kong 200 GT was still considered premium drones. It's the stuff you wouldn't even look at today. You wouldn't give somebody $1,000 new for that thing. So I got the little guy, took it up, flew around, and said to myself, no, you know what, this is nice, but I need some authority in there. I can feel this thing's being pushed around. I want bigger. Scraped together the last of my savings, went and bought the quad radio and goggles, and I sat on my front porch, and within the first day I was able to take off, fly it away from me, turn it around, and bring it back. The rest is history. I mean, from there I just started destroying quads. In the first 6 months I went through 6 whole quads, trying to figure out what was going on, writing everything off, learning what's going on. Because also at that time there weren't many OGs in the game yet. So there wasn't much assistance. So there was not really many people I could phone and say, hey, this is my problem, what do I do? I had to sit and fish that out myself. So that's gotten me to where I am today with a deep technical understanding of these quads. I lack a bit on the technical flying side, more on the freestyle side. That's just who I am. I think if I give it some more time, I can definitely get better there. But yeah, 8 months in, I then figured out, no, premium quad is the way to go because you mustn't change what you're flying all the time, otherwise you'll never get used to it. So yeah, I built my first impulse reverb with some proper motors, some KSFCs and whatnot, and I literally flew that quad for 2.5 years without changing anything. I updated the frame to an impulse frame, updated the motors to Zinc 2s, and I moved on to 6S, nothing else changed, and that's still what I'm flying today, and it works perfect. And that's my basic history.
Well, we've managed to make our quads last very long. That for me has been the most surprising thing in terms of, we're not just farting around in the trees or, like we really are trying to bash out these tricks, do these things, and we crash a lot. And how these quads have managed to, our one little stupid quad, how has it managed to last for so long is beyond me, because when you go out and you see other people, you're like, wow, how? And it's the premium stuff. It really is.
It really helps. Just one or two little skills as you go, learning how to crash. If you're going to hit the wall, you can't stop yourself from hitting the wall, but at least just present the bottom of the quad as opposed to the nose. It'll save you some money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're teaching me.
You know this.
You read how many words?
I said,
My bicycle is hard. Well, about the motor.
Oh.
Okay, so then there's formerly known as use those that are not talking when they're on talking. So the thing is, right, we've only got one mic that is picking up. Our phones are all off, and the laptop's the only one that's picking up sound. Sorry, so
I'm
I'm
not
not too sure why you guys are eating. I can hear the room sound. We're going to like a set for that.
but
Other than that,
we need
to put carpets around the room or something like that. I think that's what you're hearing at the moment.
Are you
hearing the voice twice, or are you just hearing that room echo?
Rainer,
I'm talking to you.
Never disrespect the trees.
Maybe software. Okay. Let's kill this one. And then let's see what we can do. All right. Is that sounding better? Sounds better for me already. Yeah, I'm already picking it up.
Let's get some thumbs up going.
Hello.
All right, cool. I'm thinking. All right, so let's just go back to myself. And then I'll just introduce myself. So I've been in RC since 2000. Yeah. 2000. I was flying radio controlled gliders off Table Mountain. What we did, we built our planes out of that Corex, that state agent boards. We used to cut our stuff out there and build it and get models off the web and that kind of stuff. But then we were flying proper engines. We were flying the RC petrol engines. What's that stuff called?
Nitro engine.
Nitro. And that was a lot of fun. We were nitroing and we were gliding and we were doing that. And at that stage, I remember sitting on the mountain one day and saying, shit, if only we could put a camera inside these things, that would be epic. And anyway, 20 years later, I ended up getting myself a DJI drone in 2016. That's not 20 years, it's 16 years later. So 16 years later, I got myself the DJI drone. And one of the first Phantom 4s that came to the country, there were like 3 that arrived. And I was like, I've got to get this. This is freaking awesome. So I got it and I started playing out. And then all of a sudden, CAA started making this huge noise about drones. And you can't fly here and you can't fly there. You can't do this and you can't do that. Anyway, so I did Wild West stuff for 4 years until 2020. Yeah, I think I went and got my license in 2020. But one of my clients said to me, can't you do like an X-Wing fighter style footage stuff? And I was like, no, this is cinematic. It's beautiful. It's like massive. It's like, yeah, but I want to like fly down the dongas and stuff. And I'm like, okay, so then I took my pro down the donga. It didn't quite have the same effect because it still keeps on a rider, right? So you're flying up a donga and it's very pretty, but it doesn't give you that same, like, anyway. So then I started researching FPV and got in touch with, I think, with Wayne from Flying Robot, I think it was, and then some other guy. Sorry, I can't remember all the names of the people in there. But eventually got hold of Toby. I don't know how you obviously heard on the group or something that I was looking, and Toby was like, yeah, I can help you out. So and that's where we kind of got into touch with each other. And I got my first cloud, which no longer exists. Never give a cloud out in the group.
Or give it to the news so you can say my question.
Damn, I destroyed that machine. I think by now I've gone through three or four iterations, and I'm now flying a Cine Rat, which is Pukulani's favorite drone.
So we understand. I mean, yeah, you've got shares in BuZZarD just for that scenario. I think they were quickly chat.
What's happening here?
So we've got a request. Can we turn slow mode off just to help the chat out so it doesn't delay the chats?
Ah, right.
So let's get that off so long. Look, we're going to keep apologizing in this stream for the audio. We're obviously in this week to come, we're going to sort out our audio problem. I'm actually going to get some separate marks and set this up and test it complete so that we can get those dealt with. Because I know if you can't hear, then what's the point? My lip reading skills aren't the greatest. So
I'm not trying to make it off.
Like that teacher in Charlie Brown.
we'll call this a Charlie Brown episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I appreciate the feedback, really do.
We'll make sure next time, obviously, it will be off. We just so worried because we've got so many devices linked here. If we push the wrong thing now, we might cut this whole stream. Spot the noob.
Are you looking to turn slow mode?
Slow-mo, yeah.
Okay, let me visual.
Yeah, I don't know if you can do it afterwards. Let's put air
Or
without killing. I can kill.
Because we're not using that feed at all yet. So just can't just unplug that camera for now. Let's just
How do I
do these
kill the
three.
mic without killing the sound?
It has to detect.
No, yeah, on this. I'm trying to mute my mic on my laptop without
You should
muting.
have a button there that just mutes your mic.
me, the F6.
The F6 mutes my sound, but I can't.
Ah,
You have to hear, but I do have to hear. I can hear what's going on. Sorry, guys. We're just figuring this out.
We'll be back due to technical
We're not going anywhere. So there, I've got sound, right? The headphone speakers, blah, blah, blah. More volume settings.
You should just find the mic, yeah. Just
Microphone. That's my microphone first. Audio, live. And this is default volume. But now, I can still hear. So it's the phone that's giving you, I mean, it's that camera.
But we're not using its visual.
Oh, we can actually kill it.
Yeah, let's kill it.
Let me,
I'd rather have audio than.
Yeah. Okay, can go off. Hello, hello. Hello. No, okay, so yeah. Is your mic markers off?
I don't know how to turn the mic off.
There we go.
Okay, we're back on, eh? Yeah, we're on. Yeah. I don't know. Anybody out there? Delete that. So let's see what happens. Insert from that page. Yeah, we are. All right.
Everybody there.
How many we got here? One watching.
I think you're right.
That's one person.
I have to make your name start in 5 minutes flat.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Okay. So.
Give us a thumbs up if you're actually still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we're picking up again. Yes.
Yay.
Okay, we're bringing them back. What's up then? Tell them all to come back.
Yeah.
Come back, people. All right. So we apparently have sorted out our sound. We ended up having to kill the room camera because that camera over there is got a microphone in it. And so now we're back. All right. So guys, let's talk FPV. So how are we going to start this? Let's go into I have let's start off right at the beginning. I think that's the best place to start. And I think I had a guy on WhatsApp telling me that he was interested in getting into FPV. So if we have a look at where is he now? So then over here we got this guy, and I posted the following. One does not simply just get into FPV, and I think I got this meme from John T, to be honest. It's like this whole list of crap that you've got to deal with. And I remember when I first got into FPV, I got a call from Gustav, and I got a call from Wayne, and they sat on the phone and they spoke to me each individually for over an hour, trying to explain to me how to get into FPV. And I was so overwhelmed. I must admit, I was like, what? How does one get into FPV? Now, I've been in now but I think I didn't take the normal route. I think I came in through some back door or something. It's kind of like,
Parking lot. Are we done? Are we hanging?
I think we kind of, yeah, we're back on again. But it went away for a second. I wasn't too sure what to do there.
Okay, yeah, pick up from there because the internet slapping. So that's another issue that we're having here. The internet decided to slap. Father for the win, eh?
Yeah, carry on. So from my perspective, joining FPV, I didn't have any RC experience whatsoever. I had PlayStation, so I sort of knew how to kind of the sticks reminded me of PlayStation, but what helped me a lot was Sim. And I will recommend that to any new going in. Go Sim first. Don't go to level mode or horizon mode or all those. And that was with no RC experience, nothing. So what helped me was Sim. So I would recommend that. Is go in the Sim until you feel comfortable take it out. Even if it's loose, go Sim first.
Go Sim. All right. So basically what we're saying then is the first thing we need to do is we need to buy ourselves a goggles. So your first investment is going to be goggles.
And radio.
No, radio. It'll be radio. Okay.
Trying to be radio. Now you're lucky. 4 years ago, you couldn't pick up a radio, an RC radio, especially when you working on a computer farm.
Yeah.
Now you can go and spend over $1,000 get connected. So you don't have to burn a lot of money testing the water. 4 years ago, testing the water meant dropping 16,000 rand to test the water. See if you like it, and if you didn't, you sack it.
Yeah.
Now for 1,000, 2,000 bucks, you can actually get a golden radio and a drone with it. So make that entry point. But yeah, step one, radio. Make sure you're ready so that you can connect it to a laptop computer so that you can play simulator. Obviously, if you've ever watched an FPV video and you've gone, I want to fly like that, take the word level mode and you raise it from your brain right now. You've got to start an acro. And the only reason we push for that is because if you're going to learn to fly in level mode, you're going to teach yourself bad habits which are harder to get rid of switching to acro. Acro is scary because it doesn't make sense when you start, but it doesn't take more than 2 to 4 hours in the simulator for you to get the handle of what's happening to the tip. From there, you start to see your speed. Don't stop, keep pushing, and you will get better. That's just how this works. It's muscle memory that you have to learn, and to get to the next thing, you have to have learned the previous thing. And as you go, you keep stepping through it, you will just get better.
Lovely. Okay, cool. I've just lost Anne's phone, so I'm just trying to figure out how to get her copy her phone back. Can you see yourself?
Yeah,
all
I
good.
can see
Okay.
myself.
It disappeared from me. All right, sweet. And then
Derek actually mentioned, we just come back to that. Derek said, you can actually now use an Xbox controller, PS controller, and that's one of the nice things. In one thing, you can use any controller. That's pointing in the right direction, it's going to work. But the main difference between PlayStation, Xbox controller, and your radio is the resolution and most of the travel. That is as important to this hobby. So if you're going to teach yourself, you're not wasting your time, but you really are going to take away. Yeah, if you really just wanted to, if you have the controller, you've got your Xbox PlayStation 9, it's there, and you've never done that, plug it in, have a go, I like it. The moment you say to yourself, I like it, put that radio down and go and buy a proper radio to do this with. I think that yourself, you just need to be upgraded as well. You have to or number, don't like to do properly, but you help the difference, you say, in the video, and how important it is. So, same reason why you upgraded the radio would be why you tend to not want to use the PlayStation controller on it for long at all. You want to get away from that.
And you've got to come back to us, man.
I don't want no one to see my face.
Nobody wants to see your face. I'm not too sure why you're not coming through here. Okay, so here we are getting. You're starting off with the radio. We've got we've got a choice. We can use Xbox, but not the best idea just because of the actual feeling and that kind of stuff.
And it's simple, stupid. When you start, you don't know how important it is. There's no dissolve in the Xbox. To press the button and toggle another, which is a bad habit.
Yeah.
So get used to what you need from day one.
Like it a lot. Okay, cool. So then the next thing. So I've got my radio. Let's talk about radio. I've got myself a TBS a Tango, a TBS Tango 2.
Yeah.
And the reason why I bought it, remember, you didn't recommend it. So I said, I want that radio. The reason why I wanted it was because Wayne, I think it was Wayne, or it was Gustav, or it was somebody else. There was a third person. I feel so bad. Sorry, dude. Told me that it was really cool because you could fold sticks, which is actually a good thing because when you're traveling, you want to fold the sticks to it so it can break. So that's why I'm about it. Point is, it's a really cool radio, and I love it because it's small, it feels like an Xbox controller, and it's something that people who play Xbox people who control Xbox are actually used to that feeling. So what other? Yeah, no, I just realized that's how I went. Oh wait, that's changed it to me. So then, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to say like, I'm starting off. Do I invest in expensive radio straight away, or do I start cheap? Because I know I got a really cool voicemail message from a guy by the name of John T. who's in our community. Hello, John T, if you're watching.
Yeah, someone on the online.
And he said, well done, Bruce. After like I've been flying for about a year, he said, well done. Not everybody sticks to it because it's actually a very difficult problem. It's not an easy problem. So if I like get to a point where I like go, yeah, it's not for me, and I spend thousands on a new radio, then you've got a problem. So how do you know talk to somebody? Tell me, what do I do?
You gotta know yourself. I knew myself. I've loved RC my whole life. I love things. I had a feeling after watching you do that. Firstly, my anxiety, my whole life to start off after watching it, I challenge on the spot. I had to have this. I had to do this. This is now my life. Yes. Based on that, I would say, if you're that kind of person, you're going for the flight to get a radio from work. So chances are you're going to feel it. If you're completely fit, don't have RC experience, you're looking for this going, I think I'm going to like it. If there's any doubt, you're going to buy the cheaper radio just to test the water. So that you've got that safety net. You don't invest too much to get going, and if you don't like it, you don't want to continue, there's not such a big deal. There's all like in the second-hand market when it comes to it. Equipment there is quite a drop off. So you don't want to go and burn all that cash for nothing. But based on that, your approach, let's see your approach. You came in with a goal. You said, I do photography, DJ, I kind of experience and all of that, but you've now got the request from clients to use this style of shoot. In the back of your mind, you say to yourself, I have to get myself this going, I have to get myself the latest component and the goal. This makes up my FPV kit. I'm going to do this stuff. At that point, even though you're a beginner, going straight into a professional environment, it's probably better to not buy cheap crap.
Yeah.
Because that's going to harm you in that environment, and it might prevent you from succeeding in that environment, and you might then be profitable. But really depends. If you're coming in this just on a play class, I'm always going to say to the guys, you've got zero experience, you've never owned a radio in your life, you're working on buy the cheap stuff just to get the feel. You can tell yourself, wow, this is cheap, I'm not working anymore. You're ready to buy this one. Until you start telling yourself that, you can't find an issue with what you do. So I think in your first day test, there was a professional requirement. I would never have told you a smart car after radio. Because you can't.
There was a certain standard that you had to come in at. Yeah.
My first question always, anyone phones me, I've got budget, I need growth. My first question to you always is, what do you want?
Yeah. Well, that's exactly what I said to this guy yesterday. I said, what do you do? And he was like, I don't know. It's a lot. Then I'm like, okay, dude, let's talk about it. All right. So now we got a choice of radio. So we can do the 5,000 the cheapest. We can do the which are the more advanced. What is like the top of the range radio?
Are you ready for gun?
How much?
Are you ready for gun?
Let's get this conversation going.
A long time before I start hold the car. Because especially for our 50 years, we'll look at us and say that we are so slapdash, pitch up, our stuff looks cheap, etc. We scare the hell out of it. Plane operators, helicopter operators, we scare them. But our industry has forced such innovation and movement into products that you can now get a high quality radio for cheap. But let's go back, let's say 8 years. The best radio was a Java. You'd be paying 50K for high quality for Java. Then you ask the first question, can you say for crossfire system? But would you ever worry that thing will pack up in your hand while you've got your 500K jet in it? No. So that's to answer the question. You're asking your photography systems were up there for a long FR Scout went to more premium, although full time was definitely by more premium. Fast Scout less premium. Great to start on, they made entry possible. And that's why you could now get a radio that had 6 switches or switches, all the different axes, and you were paying $1,000 $2,000, not having to fork out a minimum cable on your motor. So that helped us a lot in terms of the costing and finding those products. And then for a long time it was FR Star and Fly Star, they held the middle ground. FR Star, obviously everybody wanted to use one module. So there was really the option in module was the multi-module, which is basically for all protocols. You couldn't do good rates, but you use the radio like anything or control everything. Or you put a crossfire in. I'm using crossfire, which is not happening. So that's why you would have noticed up before everybody was running FR Star radios, the DS9, 9X, the names on, the QX7, etc. and blah. Very famous. And I would have classed them as almost famous, but ERP for us. A jet owner will say no. And I won't argue with this. But then the companies came on board, and we've now got Tango to direct studios. We've now got Radio Market, we've got the Mambo that in terms of radio now, it's become more of a personal choice. At the end of the day, you are going to be running some kind of module. Any built-in system is going to not work nasty, and you're going to want the module. Range is not your only issue. Inflation isn't your only issue. You want no latency. You want those benefits, because that helps the quad line. So it becomes a personal choice. Then it becomes, do you want something small in your hand? Do you want something big in your hand? What do you like feel-wise? Are you a pincher? Are you a summer? Does your radio support you?
I'm still trying to get into pinching.
There's a lot of that. So, not the first radio. So, a lot of it has come out. If you're an old school RCS coming into FPV, you're probably going to like your radio, because that's what we see for a lot of years. If you really want to take feels clunky in my hand. If you find yourself at work, you're going to be doing a lot of commercial work when you're traveling and you can't really carry that extra place. Okay, if you want something small, you're going to have to consider the stuff. In terms of flight and control, you're not really going to pick up a system. Obviously, a bigger gimbal does give you a flight. Then it's good. That comes. So naturally, you that then. Yeah, more of a personal choice.
I see there's a guy saying, Radio Master, easy answer.
No, of course. Saying it without saying it is, you said to me today, so do you want to buy a new radio? Yes, I do. What am I flying right now? I'm flying the QX7. What's wrong with it? QX16. What is flying it? And it's just the way that it's around before. The design and everything, it's just a little bit more comfortable in my hand. The sticks are nice, the gimbals are brilliant. It's my next upgrade. My radio is now getting close to 4 years old, and doing commercial shoots mostly in large environments over 2,000 years. I'm starting to worry. I don't want my radio to just pack up for me. Every time for radio, so I want to upgrade. And the chances are it will be a 316X, just because it's full feature and it's got the built-in. And that's it. It's proven to work great. It's got the color touch screen. The new HDX software, it's the touch and color. So it really is the thing for our industry right now. The next one too that would be the Mambo, only because it pulls all the way to the box. So the Mambo would be a thing there too. After that, really good free choice. You're going to module it, the radio, it's up there, and it's a good. It doesn't matter. That's it. It's about the signal being from the gimbal to the module. So last fit, smart environment fits up. Think if I had to call it now, CX16 is on top of my list. If you can, make sure you've got your gimbals at all times.
Cool. Listen, okay, let's get off. Sorry. So the guys that are one you started with, they got to start now. We've given them a ground. They got to get themselves a radio, and they got to get themselves a sim. Once they they figured out how to sim, then they can start deciding out on what choice, which would be goggles, that kind of stuff. And then there's a whole debate whether you go digital or analog. In my opinion, I think we're going analog, but you're starting off with analog is the way to invest, because it's kind of like going further and further away from analog as it, as starting, if you're going to start, pick off in digital. Don't even look at analog, because it's just going that way. Even that truck's going that way. Everybody's going that way. I think.
And then, probably ignore the races.
You see, this is the thing about FPV. There's no simple answer.
Obviously, races, if you are going straight for racing, you are going to stick to analog for now. HD0 is on its way, but it's not mainstream enough for us to call it. It's not improved in terms of registration on analog at all. It's just giving you a slightly prettier picture in a different way. So yeah, starting out, freestyling.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. Like, I find everything has its purpose in its place. I like to fly freestyle on analog purely because it has the lower latency. Yeah, you have breakup, but when you're freestyling, you're not, when you're going in the bando, you're like 50 meters within yourself. You're not long ranging. So, you get breakup, but not a lot. The most breakup I've ever had is in bandos, and that's my bando footage. It's fine. It's nothing, I didn't struggle or anything like that. But going into the commercial side, safety all the way. Through and through. It's been tested. We just had the other day, Joshua. But
Joshua Bod was very tested. We went into a parking lot and we compared the animals.
Oh, that's right. And he flew down to like 6 levels.
And he even said there he's not even going to touch the DJI because
it just goes the whole way.
So for me, I feel very much in excellence. What are you doing with for me, freestyle after analog, and plus, I'm trying to avoid HDs as much as I can. The goggles. No, they don't fit on my face. I've tried them before, they hurt my neck. All I can think of when I put on it is I just always want to just say, I'm Batman. Literally, you just see this.
You got to say, I'm Batman. So here we go from this conversation on to commercial gigs. Not all of us are into commercial gigs. None of us are front line. So one of the advantages of commercial gigs is we are able to fly in the most amazing locations. And one of them was Mandela Bridge. And for you guys watching, Terry and I have flown Mandela Bridge. Now you've got to understand and we did it legally with all the paperwork, and that's the thing.
Just to cut, can't tell you how awesome it feels to sit in the traffic control and watch you actually hear them chatting one time. Most of them warning them, telling them to move around careful. It was such a cool experience.
Yeah. But just that whole thing was on next level, because it was Mandela Bridge, for goodness sake. So we ended up getting this whole permission thing, and I went online and did some googling, and there is Mandela Bridge. So that in itself tells you kind of like a holy grail of bridges. One thing we never did was power loop. I really wish we power loop, but there was a reason why we didn't power loop, right?
I'm going to show the
and I think one of the reasons is we have some footage here. This is captured from Toby's DVR.
It shows you how to measure. Get yourself right, concept art and style, genuine, that's It requires you to do much more than you would in a freestyle environment. Actually, fly. Yeah.
No, so, yeah.
This happens.
So then this happened. Now, as luck would have it today on our thing, we are stuck with not, the gremlins of this world. I'm just trying to see if we can get this to play now. Action. Come on, you can do this. Yeah, no, and it's luck. That's our thing.
Let me answer a question here from this quick one.
Yeah, you go for it. Yeah, check.
Yeah, affordability, obviously, and in this hobby, it's very difficult to have conversations because there's just so much. You start talking about the one that, it's still based on that primary initial focus. You can't what to do. This information like the budget defined in my laptop. And then people that I can't go and do it anytime we don't own the laptop. My laptop I've got it, that's stuff, and I can't get any more. So that's defined my project in commercial shoot for the next couple of months. And that shouldn't be the case. But it is. So your budget, obviously, now luckily, if you look at starters, analog versus let's say analog being pure analog and digital, you're only looking at DVR. You look at the cost of that goal versus the top of the range style for satchel. Not far off from the cost of that DVR. So you extra expense move into starting that week, it's going to be so much more. You're asking yourself, am I saving? So yeah. If you're only ever going to do commercial shooting in freestyle, and I do actually recommend starting with the DVR. I guess you see that as a standard. Again, in this industry, also things change over time. Yeah, it is going to cost you money. This is not a cheap hobby, and you can try and do it cheap, but yeah, then you can limit progress. But yeah, we all help each other out as well. We push, but yeah, budget is a big part. Luckily, also the second-hand market, it's not too bad. If you look around, you are a little bit patient for the same money you can actually get. Well, you've got quite a choice if you can look around to get to the same point. But my market is if you start actually trying to go digital unless you have already decided you want to video rate and you check that video rate is effective. Then you start thinking like that. You start with analog and more likely you want to go when it becomes a bit more mainstream.
So, no, we're not getting any luck on these things. They're not playing. They're thrown. So, sorry, Toby. We're going to have to keep this one back until next time. Just
well, do me a favor for those of us that are in the FPV group. I think we have to post the video in the group.
Yeah.
And we can play some questions.
That's a good idea. Let me just see how big it is because it might be too big.
No, Raina, no beer. Only you need to have that.
Yeah, it's budget. Yes. Okay, no, we can't, we don't operate in football. So. Yes, our consumable budget is high. Browsing the fund. But anyway, so to answer the first question, are we operating under an ROC? Yes, we are operating on ROC. We have to do the whole thing legally. When you get to fly in key locations like that, it's better to cover your arse and make sure that you've got it down. No.
More just different ways something goes wrong. If that stuff was not in place, yeah, you've got a long time of trouble coming your way. Because anything can go wrong. But if you've got the permission and you announce your intent and something goes wrong, you want to make sure you just say that. And we need. You do it for your tax.
Yeah.
And then move on. It's really about following the process. We just want to know what's going on. So when something happens,
Yeah, and the bottom line is safety is your main concern. I know for a fact that the CAA are looking for an excuse to take somebody on because they want to set precedents, they want to set all this kind of stuff. So
They want to be like the FFA.
I.
So the basic questions around that normally is just the young will put together a plan. Practically submitted it, they do anything on site, how you intend on flying in that space, and what it is. Once they arrive on site, that is their plan. We'll then arrive on site, and then you will actually call into air traffic control center, and then we'll announce that flight plan. We'll give them a call sign. They'll fill up the flight plan, confirm that they're happy, they've got authorization, they then confirm on their side, they then load the flight plan into air traffic, and that's it. Space is yours. You don't forget to let them know you're done. Otherwise, they spend the rest of the day in the avoid area with you fucking all.
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed. The thing is not on the plane. All right. Okay, we've been online for like an hour and 12 minutes already. We've been live.
Okay, we've got someone more to go.
And we haven't even scratched the surface. I mean, we've got so much to talk about today. I mean, we're still gonna comment on all your on your WhatsApp comments and that kind of stuff, because that was the point, right? We the point is that we don't get time to get onto WhatsApp. I think I'm a bit on the Soviet end, but
Oh, sorry about that, John.
so I tell you what, let's have a look see at some of these comments. I have some short comments. Let's see what I got here. Short messages. The world's best drone shot. Did you see that one?
So that's the one that article.
Yeah, exactly. The guy came down on a bicycle. We bring that up there. So it was shared on the Quad Squad. And, it's these guys chasing these bikes, Red Bull, down the streets of some town somewhere. I don't know what town it is. It should come up there.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Have you not seen it?
No, because I don't go in the group.
It is brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant. But it's all analog.
No, they pushed through and did an analog. And the guy on part, he just said, you prefer analog for the time if you are. Yeah. Why do you go analog? I'm not going to tell you I've got a 4DJI right now. Yeah. But I understand, like, I haven't gone into detail with this video, so I'm waiting for you to load up there. I understand that they're actually using, where they work in conjunction with Red Bull, they actually have it's a whole thing. So the mission when he's flying is letter. And I saw that and I was like, what usually happens when the camera uses things? Not only for a visual, so I feel good that our guys brave pushing through this, but 10 points to you knowing that you're going to come up there with the signal back. But then I heard them starting to mention that they've got all sorts of players, so that's playing signal back. That's just what the signal is. But someone beat the guys and I thought, this is what they people from analog, man. That's all. Yeah. Not a joke.
Yeah.
Not a joke. And that bar popped up in front of him. And he was talking to the footage there and making a hot bar. He has no options on that spot other than that. You can trust that ladder, that sudden break. Up in front of him.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to just quickly switch across now. This is kind of what was going on. Yeah, so this is.
They're like some downhill.
Yeah.
Downhill image.
And you must see that the bike handles are almost as wide as the passage as the things are going down. But that we're not focusing on the bike. We're focusing on that on the way that they're actually putting that off. Yes, so they put a repeater on a CGI drone, and now they're using that repeater to talk to back to the radio. So the repeater's on the drone. So they've got a DJI following the bike, bouncing back to the radio each time. That is insane. Anyway, so that was that. We've any other WhatsApp conversations that came to mind that you wanted to talk about?
Definitely cover half yeah, that's number one. Wait. Got about 10 years to go, but aim the power in case you don't remember. I don't know what's on TV there at the moment.
This. Remember this.
No, man. All right, guys. So, so I mean, it's really difficult to go through all the chats on WhatsApp. There were, I mean, I just want to go back to here and just, you mentioned something about, you've set a link to dronedg.com.
Right.
DJI Mini 3 Pro drone. I mean, are we going to be talking about that at all today? Or
Yeah, so I want to mention some points in case, because I know in amongst IFPV, we've got some many DJI pilots. It's a very useful very drone. You can't get around that. So, DJI Mavic Mini 3 Pro, if you haven't already noticed, there's been a lot of European websites that have listed it and leave the specs. So I'm just going to go through some of the basic specs. I'm not going to sit here for too long, which you guys might find interesting on the new one. First one is make sure you're sitting down and you've seen the price
what, of the 3?
of the new Mini 3.
No.
With radio, drone and radio, they're starting at $800. So we're talking 14K up for a Mini.
And including
and the
radio.
That's drone and radio.
Yeah.
That's it. And that looks like the radio without screen. So you're still using your phone as a screen. So that's your entry level price. It also looks like they are going to start selling it without radio. So you can only buy the drone on your phone because it'll work with the other radios. It's got set up. Don't have the details. But that's where we're at. So yeah, €829 for the drone and RCN1 remote controller.
And those first ones that came out, they were like 9,000 there. There was Mini 1. I remember when the
Some
Mini...
more kits you could get for about 8-9K.
Yeah.
The second-hand one you could pick up 4.5-5.5K.
So now we're doubling it.
So now we're double price.
Yeah.
But it wasn't for no reason.
Yeah, can you say not that easy?
So they've kept it out the box. It's 250 grams under 249. That's with a standard battery. Standard everything, you stand your 249. They've now given you an option for an extended battery. So one of the bigger benefits is the stock battery no longer gives you a 20-minute flight time like the original used to. You can now get up to a 50-minute working flight time out of the new original battery. Then they also give you extended lifetime battery, which will give you up to a 47-minute flight time, which is crazy. That's more than double the flight time that you had with the original. So they're already the cost is starting to show. And then that's great, because even, I mean, we used to fly our FPV stuff for 3 minutes, and we, 3 minutes, yeah. So at 20 minutes even for the Mini, I was flying, I was long enough. Doesn't seem hard. So that's totally better. A big plus, bigger price. It's going to be more stable and still take fast, so the actual cost is bigger. So pretty big difference. What's your longest flight time? You've got 113 on sensor, which is really good. 48 megapixel warp photo, 4K 60 FPS. So that's all good. Something that's never been in the Mini before, and that's optical detection. It now comes with bi-directional optical detection. So we've got advanced pilot assistance system, version 4, for anybody that's using that. Your O3 transmission, so it's going to be compatible with all the latest DJI. The new remote offers video bitrate of 18 megabits per second and a latency of minimum 120. So it's still not real time, but they are working on that in terms of your radio link. So these are parts of it. What else have we got? Other than your normal features, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, you've now also got more movement on the gimbal as well on the Mini 2. It's not so locked in place. But yeah, the part is quite up. So you have a fine part of the part that one on it. So, yeah, that's it. Coming up.
So I picked up a little bit of an unofficial advert for it. So I played it. There we go. Oh yeah. Let's see what happens. Is it going to happen? No, it's not going to happen because I can't control it. Right, there it comes. Unofficial advert. It's signed out of history. Can't click on anything.
Yeah, now you can completely see that doesn't look like the original. I mean, it's a completely redesign. I'm actually surprised that they managed to keep that under 249 or 250 grand. That's quite astonishing.
So now, is there like a reason why they have the weight? Because you specifically mentioned the weight. Is there a reason for this weight?
So in most countries, you don't require ROCs and RPLs if you maintain yourself under 250 grand because it's no longer a danger.
There we go. It can crash into you and not hurt you really badly.
Yeah, it's not considered to
right.
that much harm.
Those two things on the top of it, was that, it looked like lights. That would have been so cool. Like,
yeah, you can do those light paintings and stuff that the guys are doing with the drones. If you put like LEDs on your drone and fly it at night, with a long exposure on the camera, you get that like really, really pretty thing.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, those are sonic sensors. So they're pulsing out a signal waiting for the reply, and then they're creating a distance. Yeah, it's all the avoidance sensors and daylight sensors and all that.
okay.
Yeah.
Torches would have been better though. Okay, 15 grand for torches on my visa.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
You had something that you wanted to talk about. Oh my God. Oh my God.
So everyone knows who my God is, Tommy. I don't know if you guys have watched his latest video where he did a large stream. Well, different kind of large stream. So it was the first time he got called out to live drone shoot. So the event was going to start and they were going to use his shot as the opening shot. So no chance for error or anything. And I can't recommend it more for you guys to go watch. I'm sure Leon will put a link.
No, I won't, because I don't know.
You watched it yesterday, so you know what I'm talking about. I highly recommend you guys go and check it. Anybody looking at working in the commercial environment at all, I mean, the moment that video stopped, I got up, I put my hand on my phone, I'm like, I want to go and do this now. Such a rush. It takes you through the whole experience, everything from top to bottom. It's like, so there was a basketball match inside a stadium, and they had a stage set up outside. And there were going to be things happening on the stage, and then you had to take off from the stage, fly through from outside, inside, go upstairs, come into the stadium, and reveal the middle, and keep it all under control, no stabilization, all wirelessly, while the signal from the camera on the drone is being wirelessly broadcast live to the tent and out to the public.
Now we're going to do that on next week. We're definitely going to do this stream. Because look at this, we've got the streaming thing down.
Yeah. we streaming pro. Yeah.
So show me, where is it? I'm not seeing it yet. Where is it?
Oh my God, dude. Go in. Oh,
These are all these videos.
yeah. Why is it on me?
Maybe there was a
There was a copyright thing, because
yeah.
it was on his channel. It actually looks like a video game.
Well, then there's a whole talking point.
Yeah, but anyway, while Leon looks for a possibly removed video, it was actually nice because a lot of the commercial work is all pre-planned, and you get second take, third take. If you make a mistake, you get another try. People are waiting, people are planning, and everything is happening as it needs. Now, in a live environment, there's no such thing as second try. And this is where I'm excited, knowing started where they did. And that is our first commercial skit actually taken in Xbox. And it's not, and the whole event takes place throughout the day. 7:30 sharp, the bike leave, as they go on the track. Literally, as they last bike, this is the track, the next group pulls up. And it's up to us to keep track of what's going on, who's changing what delays there are. And we've got to follow this race the best real time that we can. There's timelines in place, keep everything going. And it's straightforward, simple. Because there's no, we'll put the back end, do not do it. It's now. You have to get stuck with your step. It's standing and watch on the basketball. Standing there trying to check the zone. Don't go back and make all that. Go back and restart the race. It's not happening. And people are paying us to get that shot. So you've got to be on board. So I'm super excited that FPV Money started with this as their beginning in commercial, especially in commercial, because it's also how to work under pressure. And it's not that we're there for an hour, that's the first thing in the last part, we finish it around. Four times later. And we spend the entire time running around the BR camera, camera, recording out to each other. Okay, I'm coming around the corner, I've got 10 seconds before I land. That gives you enough time to plug it in, actually basically you take it off as after touches the ground to go and take over. We've got spotters monitoring specific riders to be able to keep track of where they are on the track while we try and catch up to them, or while trying not to break them up as well. Because 2 minutes, 3 minutes in an event like that is quick. These kids are, that they ride and are crazy. They have some of these races take up to 20 minutes, 22 minutes. If you think about 3 minutes on the road, that's a lot of fluff to catch the whole race. And if you're being paid particularly to catch that race, the moment you put something, everybody comes and competes. Because while we are South African, one everything for free. But,
well, another thing about the day is that that constant bike noise in your head the whole time. It's just like this constant the whole day, and then you've got to be concentrating. So I think it's like as far as that's concerned, there's seriously a lot of sections, kind of like getting your whole focus right and making sure that. Oh man. What's even worse is when you're talking and then you can hear yourself talking back to yourself again. I'm going to be a fighter pilot one day. And what happened to your phone, girl? Your phone's crystal.
It's, that rebooting. It
rebooted,
but it doesn't look like it looks like I'm draining more battery than it's able to charge as
while you're busy playing.
While it's busy playing. So I'm about to not too late.
So you've got a battery tank. So other than that, the audio is still up.
Is my audio still up?
No. And you've got another camera still on you.
Right.
So we'll get that up.
What are we doing here? I walked to 16. That's it.
Point me on.
Toby, you're going to be the man. Hook you. Alright, guys.
The noise factor at the commercial site is actually quite effective. And I also there at the bike races. I can't go, you turn that off, I'm trying to think here. It's not happening. And we could never have expected, because the second race we did, which was a Terratopia, it so happened that where we stood was on the start line, and when there's 50 bikes all at 16 high RPM pulling off, I promise you can't hear yourself think. Half the time that goggle is vibrating on your head just from that power coming out of those bloody exhausts.
That is just mini, man. The bikes don't, the noise of the bikes don't bother me at all. Maybe I'm good at blocking it out. I mean, I did fly so still that my car like to be
Yeah, initially you get afraid by that. It's quite a surprise that hits you. But which takes you to the next step.
Sorry, I'm laughing at that people can't see us, but we're trying to set up a camera here for Anne so that it sees her, and then.
You're looking at my boobs.
Well, we really are. When we're changing that. There we go. Okay. Cool. There we go. Go, Toby, talk. You're still on. You're sitting there all silently while they watch you.
Yeah, brain fog is kicked in. But yeah, I think I was trying to get to the video on that. Me and Anne in the last in the last event, which isn't very common in our industry. It should have been huge, but it's not being highlighted because most people use it as a offline. And we've actually learned to be super focused. And if we didn't train for it, we didn't try. But what happened was we got so overwhelmed being in this environment, having all of these cushions on the at high pace, it's pressure. There's no if you crash, it's you do not crash. You do not crash. You fly the thing, you land the thing, and that's how it's grown. There is no option to this up because it's not environment. We actually learned to stand dead still. What happened was, as soon as that goggle went down and we took off, that super focus was in, and you basically would shut out the world. You didn't hear anything, you didn't think about nothing else. So much so, your muscles actually stop moving throughout your body. There's literally in the thumb, and you still. And what it did was it actually highlighted that some zones shoot their goggles with a feature, which turned over their off after about 2 minutes. So, goggles lying on the bed, switch on it and
Before you go any further, tell us the story. What happened? The first one at what was that track? Out north? Yeah. Smoking Pistons. Give us that experience. Go for it.
Yeah. So every time I've gone to go and fly a track, I've had this crazy, oh my God, I hate my equipment. Get back with my equipment and stuff. But yeah, basically flying around, later minding my own business, chasing the guy, and then screen goes black. Not nothing. It goes black. Black. And then so I was really flying. I was like freaked out. So I think in freaking out, I moved, and then it came back. So within 2-3 seconds, the visual came back. I was like, oh, okay. Later on during the day, second race, whatever we were doing, later, thing goes black again. But now it didn't come back. And I was like, oh my word. So now, like within the space of, I would say 5 seconds, I was calling Toby. I was like, what's going on? It's black. What's going on? But now the quad is in the air. I'm having to keep the quad. I don't know where it is. I don't know how high it is. I don't know where it is in relation to the track. Freaking out. What? Give the goggle. Toby, he takes no nothing. He then takes the controller and then basically tried to figure out where it was. Couldn't figure out anything and then just decided to just off. Luckily, it landed in the construction site next door to the track.
But I mean, the nerves at that situation are just intense.
I cannot explain what it feels like to lose visual, especially like as Toby explained, you in a live event, you are not allowed to crash. There's squishies below you.
Yes.
You know, it's the potential we might lose this. I think what got to me the most was I didn't want to be the person that messed up this whole experience for us.
So then the reason behind it, why would that, I mean, now go back to what you were explaining about why is her goggles going out in the middle of a live event? I mean, that's just
so nobody knows why Starzone would ship a pair of goggles, why any manufacturer would ship a pair of goggles that if no movement is detected within the goggle, it shuts the speaker. That blows my mind, considering what those goggles are doing to you. Now, why this isn't a notable issue, and no one's complaining about it, is because 99.9% of pilots cannot fly a LiPo without moving their head.
That's right. It's called the bubble head.
Skyway, obviously being Skyway, they built a head tracker into the goggles for you, which is a great feature. But the downside is they use that head tracker to check for movement. So if you're not moving your head, they're going to turn that screen on. Now, luckily, you can go into the menu and you can actually turn that off. Please do.
Yeah, please do.
In fact, sorry, would you mind putting a video together showing them how to do that? I think we need to just put one together. We can do it on your channel, or we can do it on the Nomad.
I'll do it on my channel since I'm
Keep
the
your eyes
one
on
that has the
Nerdbird.
issue.
Yeah.
Keep eyes on Nerdbird's channel. She has already started making the video.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
sweet. Lucky.
So it is coming. We will show you what setting it is. Apparently, some of the newer Skyzones got shipped with a different firmware, which actually disabled it. But please go through and check. You don't want to catch it up. Luckily, if you find yourself in a situation where the screen blacks out, literally all you have to do is switch it.
Yes.
I wish we knew that out in the time, because we were still so focused and locked in that position, we didn't even move our head to get it back up. And at that time, you panicked and you pulled the goggle off. The goggle's turned back on, but now it's in your hand. You don't even realize it's back on. And you tested it. It's literally so quick.
Yeah.
As the screen went black, as I would put my hand on the goggle and touch it and move it like that, screen is back on. But still, that few seconds without picture, you cover in 50 meters. So,
Yeah, it is not a great feeling at all. I mean, I'm a bit of a risk taker and a daredevil and like to push myself onto the edge, but no, not that. That was some intense, crazy stuff.
yeah.
And it happened to me every race since we figured out. I think I did 3 races where I ended up using Toby's fat shaft because we didn't know whether it was the quad, we didn't know VTXs, tried different quads, I ended up flying his quad and his goggles because I didn't trust myself.
And not to mention the confidence factor.
Yes.
I mean, when you don't trust your equipment.
Yeah, your confidence goes for a ball of shit.
Yeah.
It really does. I mean, I feel like right now, as I say, my start to 2022 in FPV hasn't been the greatest because it also filters through to my freestyle. I don't want to now. For me, I like to feel as I am the quad. Me and my quad need to be one.
Yes.
And that's how you get the precision. That's how you are able to do these hectic, crazy tricks. Is you have to be one with your quad.
Right.
You need to know and when you take that away all of a sudden,
That's gone. All right, guys. So I think we've been on now for an hour and a half. I think we've taken everybody's time. Thank you so much for spending time with us. We really appreciate it.
I really can't thank you guys enough for fully being patient with us. This can only get better going forward.
We will definitely have the sound issues sorted. We will have the streaming issues sorted. We tried today to use our cameras as, our phones as cameras, which have been working, but and side on us and stuff like that. So these kind of things are going to work out. We're going to be flying now in Lilo's Park, just across the road from us. We're going to go and actually get some fun in.
Yeah.
So if you're out there and you feel like joining us, please pop on over. Hey, we taught Rainer something today. He didn't know that.
He doesn't even fly cars. Don't forget, change that setting, okay?
Yeah. Blitz, Rainer, who else is out there? There was Griffiths. Thank you so much for your active support. We really appreciate it. Thanks for the comments. We appreciate that so much. That was basically it. We had, I think, 2 more things to talk about. We've done that. We want to talk about the Banggood soldering irons. Do you want to wrap up with that, or is that going to be the next?
I think we'll wrap up with the soldering irons, because I've noticed that not a lot of guys know that you can get some good decent soldering irons on Banggood. So if you are on the market, basically don't.
Wait, just before it goes on, we're not getting any from Banggood or anything. This is just purely stuff. We've got no affiliate marketing going on here.
The way I work is I look local. If it's not available local and the local company is not planning on making it available locally anytime soon, I need to go and buy overseas. I'm always available for chat. So if any companies or personal people want to talk to me to find out what I am interested in, what I do like, and what I recommend, they're welcome.
Yeah. And one of those things is easy Banggood iron.
It is.
Go for it. Tell us about it.
Banggood iron, 1,500 bucks, buys you a reflow station with iron. I can get in contact with me if you're interested. There are so many and they have such good prices and they're going to work. And they're going to work really good. I'll point you in the right direction. A simple 200 rand tip kit will give you all the tips you ever need in your life to do all the jobs you would need to do on a drone. You'll be able to reflow basic components that fall off like a capacitor. It's really not that hard. But anything up until 1,500 bucks and don't get the soldering iron is really good. Please get in contact with me if you want some advice around that. More than happy to help you out. But just because I know decent soldering iron, the right tip and the right tools makes it work so much easier. There's no need to struggle.
Now, flux. Remember flux.
Yes,
People
get
forget
flux.
about flux for some reason. Flux is your soldering.
If you guys have been following my videos, you'll know I don't have flux.
Flux. You need flux. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you for your time. Thank you for putting up with our glitches and stuff. We really appreciated that. And hopefully we'll do this more often. We're going to definitely aim at doing this on a more regular basis. And yeah, if there's anything you'd like us to discuss, anything that you would like the guru and the experts to to pull up on the conversation, please just drop us a line. You can either do it through the WhatsApp groups or you can do it on drop us a DM personally through the Nomads channel. Yeah, guys, thanks for your time. Really appreciate it.
And, just before we close, I think the title for this video will be Takalani Dash. I still hate to do it. Thank you,
Takalani, I'm impressed you still got that 3 rep, bro. The amount of hate you've dumped on that thing. I'm going to go fly mine now. Right now, in the park, I'm going to fly my 30 rep because my camera broke on my 5-inch.
Oh, no.
I screwed it up. I took a bolt. I took a spanner because I glued the body back together again, leaving the lens in while I was doing that, which ended up gluing the lens. So I was trying to
Oh, no.
wait for the next exciting video. No, I never made a video of that.
Now,
Just
thanks,
that.
Derek. We'll go and check out Voice Boys as well. I'll go and catch up. I see Voice Boys is actually starting to feature one of our primary hobbies.
Yeah, no, they're
Shop.
coming
It's
up
actually
there.
quite nice because they've been very quiet for a long time, didn't feature much, and now really starting to shine. And it's sad because the others are starting to. But then
No, keep going, buddy.
keep pushing,
push
keep
it.
trying.
Yeah.
We will always be buying. Unfortunately, we can't buy 300 batteries like the Americans do. But as long as you keep pushing, we will keep supporting.
And if you shops out there have got specials that you want to promote on this channel when we go live, drop us a line. You know what to do. We're gonna make waves and we're gonna do it well, better and better every time. So.
There's no way to find us for the last 5 years. So I've always said, I'm pointing at the thing you need to call me on.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do this, guys.
Sweet.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day, and as I always say, just keep flying.
Always. Keep crashing.
End of this street. Yeah.